What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another FPL Seal video. In today's video, I'm going to be going through a free hit draft for game week 12. Now, on screen you can see my team, and I'm just going to tell you guys I'm not free hitting. Like I went through in my team selection video, I have 3 players that I need to get rid of to be able to field 11, and it might not be the best 11, but I think they will be good enough to get me some points this week. Possibly a small red arrow, hopefully not too big. I'm just going to take a -4 and improve the team that way. So if you have a similar team to mine, you might want to reconsider free hitting, but of course everyone's different. If you're taking a -8, a -12 or something, and it doesn't help you moving forward, you should free hit. But I see more opportunity to free hit later. Now, on screen you can see the fixtures for the game week. Now, there are a few fixtures I think I target. Brighton, from an attacking point of view against Nottingham Forest, I think is ideal. While Crystal Palace versus Wolves, it looks ideal for defensive points. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I think I'd rather have Crystal Palace defense than Wolves defenders, mainly because I think the Wolves attack is worse than the Crystal Palace attack. Bournemouth, Southampton, I mean, that's a game that I could see going 2-1 either way. 2-0 maybe to Bournemouth since it's at their home field. I think I rate Bournemouth a little higher than Southampton at the moment. Brentford, Chelsea. Ivan Toney could be tricky for that Chelsea defense, especially with the injuries that Chelsea have. But I still think we can go into that game and pick up a few punts there. Now, Liverpool, West Ham. I think we all want to go on Liverpool after they beat Man City, but be aware that this is a short turnaround for Liverpool, so there might be some rotation. But with Diogo Jota out injured, you might want to target that attack. Newcastle, Everton, another low-scoring one, I think. Everton have been very tight. Newcastle been very tight, kept a clean sheet against Manchester United. So I think you could target that one from a defensive asset, but I wouldn't be going for it from an offensive asset. Now, Man United, Spurs, that's a game. I rate Spurs higher than Man United, but again, that's a game, you know, where you kind of might want to go differently on your free hit. I mean, maybe a Son or a Kane would be okay, but not much more than that, I don't think. Fulham, Aston Villa. If Mitrovic had been fit to play for the past 3-4 games, I think it would be great. But he didn't look good from that Fulham game. He got the penalty and scored from it last game week, but I just don't rate him highly enough for this Aston Villa game that he will be on this free hit draft. Now, finally, Leicester, Leeds. I think again, Leeds looked fantastic against Arsenal, and we know how leaky Leicester defense can be, so I think we could possibly just attack this fixture from Leeds with a little bit of a differential. So on screen you can see the free hit draft that I have made. Now I have exact money to do this, 0.0 in the bank, so you might have to make some changes. Maybe you have more money, maybe you have less, but let's just get into it. Arrizabalaga and Ward are in goal, so if Arrizabalaga doesn't play for some reason, Ward should play for Leicester, and you at least have that goalkeeper. Now, Arrizabalaga got 10 points for Chelsea last game week. He did fantastic against Aston Villa, had a blinder, so I don't expect him to be dropped, and he's been really good since Potter came along. And I think Chelsea defenders showing up a bit. And Ward, of course, has been keeping some clean sheets. Again, I think the Leicester defense is leaky, so it's not ideal to have him in goal, but if Arrizabalaga doesn't play, then at least you have a goalkeeper. Now in defense, I've gone with Anderson, Chilwell, Dyer, Webster, and Trippier. You could basically play any one of those guys, bench anyone, and you're probably going to be benching some points, but again, on free hit it's okay. You're just spending your money. You just have a big, good bench in case there are some surprise absentees. Now, out of those guys, I'd probably start with a back 3, and I'd probably have Chilwell in there. I'd probably have Trippier in there. I think I'd go Webster or Anderson. I think I rate their chances of a clean sheet very highly. Might even drop Trippier for Webster and Anderson, just play Chilwell, Anderson and Webster. I don't rate Dyer's chance of a clean sheet that much. I just think he's nailed on to play, and maybe Man United won't score. Now Trippier, Webster and Anderson, bench one of those 3. You can pick. I think I'd probably bench Trippier. Now in midfield, Trossard, Zaha, Mount, Sinisterra and Salah. Now Salah probably our captain. Trossard against Nottingham Forest, I think I rate that very highly. Zaha against Wolves, I mean, he hasn't looked great, so maybe you want to go different, but I think you have to have Zaha, the main talisman in that team. Just all he needs is a penalty, and he could have some points for you. Now, Mount has been brilliant in that Chelsea side. He has started every game for Potter though, so the rotation I think is coming, but I still expect him to play this game, even though they have Man United next. I think he'll play this game. Now, Sinistera, he is a kind of a punt, but he looked so good against Arsenal. He really should have scored. He had so many chances, so many opportunities to score. Thankfully, he didn't for my Arsenal team, but he looks really good. And I think it's a major differential for you guys here. Yeah, 0.5% owned. And 10-pointer against Everton, 5-pointer against Brentford. We know he has some goals in him. He is very lively, and it's either him or Rodrigo. I think I would like a Leeds punt if I were on a free hit. Now the forward line, Kane, Darwin and Solanke. I think I'd bench Solanke and play Kane and Darwin. Now Kane has a good record against Man United. He's on pens. Darwin, I think he was benched against Man City. Surely he's going to come in and play that West Ham game now that Diogo Jota's probably out and possibly out until after the World Cup. So I'd probably just take a punt on Darwin. I'd be very tempted to do that. But hey, in this team you could bench Darwin if you want and just play Solanke. We know he gets 90 minutes. But my team would probably be Arrizabalaga in goal, Anderson, Chilwell and Webster, Trossard, Zaha, Mount, Sinistera, Salah, Kane and Darwin. This is probably how I'd line up. So here's some more of a visualization for you guys. Arrizabalaga in goal, Anderson, Webster and Chilwell in defence, Zaha, Sinistera, Mount, Salah and Trossard, and then Darwin and Kane. I have Trossard captain here, but of course it would probably be Salah, as I talked about, and probably not Mount vice captain. I think probably Trossard vice captain. Now again, Trippier has Everton. I can't see a clean sheet in there. Maybe his attacking threat is better than Anderson, so maybe you just play him instead of Anderson or instead of Webster. But personally, I can see a lot of clean sheets in this team. I can see a lot of points in this team. You might even want to drop Zaha and just play Trippier and go 4-4-2. But again, you have depth in the bench, and you could possibly just go Sterling instead of Mount and downgrade the bench. I don't know. You can do whatever you want to do with this team. I just want to show you guys that this is the free hit team I'd probably go with. Now, I just want to thank you guys for watching. Please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. Help it grow. I'm very close to getting 50 subscribers. And the goal is 100 subscribers and you probably get a live stream. But guys, I want to thank you for watching. And I will see you next time. Bye bye.